Hi, I'm Carrie Brown, broker owner of Realty Executives Preferred Advisors, and I'm here with Robin Hannigan. Robin is with Taggart and Associates. Hey, Robin.
Hi.
So this one's going to be a fun one. People often confuse appraisals and home inspections. So we're going to go through what the difference between the two is, and then we're going to have a little bit of show and tell to discuss the things that you should not do. Okay, so first off, appraisals. Whenever you go out to do those, what are you looking for? What would be considered clear violations?
First off, the main reason that we do an appraisal is to determine value, which the homeowner or the home inspection does not. We are not home inspectors, so we don't delve as deeply into some of the issues. We will defer to a roofer or, in some cases, an electrician or a structural engineer on things that are just beyond an appraisal. But there are a lot of issues that are address the safety, security, and soundness of the property, especially with FHA, VA, and rural development loans.
So let's do some show and tell. So when it comes to electrical outlets and things along those lines, she's got a really cool picture of things not to do.
Okay, so this would be a shower, and right adjacent to it in the splash zone is an electrical switch plate. You can't do this. I mean, it's just not safe. This is also how we know that a contractor didn't do this. We assume it was a homeowner that did their own work. Decks, this bucket and block, they're protecting someone from stepping in the holes that are in the deck. Those are issues that just aren't.
Falling through a deck, I would like to say, is no fun. When you're a realtor and you're walking up to a house and you go through the deck, it really ruins your day. So if you don't think your deck is safe, please block it off.
Yeah.
Just would like to say that because I've been through one.
Here's a good example of deferred maintenance. So we come around the house and it needs paint. Oh, wait a minute, we've got siding completely gone. This one I looked at in the summer. I could actually feel the air conditioning.
Oh, wow.
When I stood about 2 feet away from that wall. So this is not adequate.
High utility bills, you're cooling the outside.
Yeah. This is a really dark photo, but a tree apparently fell on this railing and they didn't replace the railing. So there's about a 5.5 foot drop off here. It was an FHA loan, so they had to obviously put the railing back. FHA loans, every level of living area must have a smoke detector, and it must be working. This one obviously is not working because it's no longer there.
It has the rim. You can make the buzzing sounds for yourself.
This is an example where you have to allow the appraiser access to the attic. In this case, there is no way you can put a ladder here because it's full of personal property.
Which also means that they're going to have to go back out. So obviously that one required a second trip charge. You don't want to have a second trip charge, so make sure that you've made that accessible.
People wonder why we don't allow peeling paint. This is why. Especially with masonite siding, once moisture gets in there, everything goes downhill really fast.
And then you've got to start, you can't just take one piece off. You either have to cut it up and
replace it.
A trim, or now you're just replacing the whole thing. So head that off as soon as possible.
This is an issue where you can tell that the patio has settled towards the house. So when it rains, the water drains straight to the foundation.
Well, the fun thing is they've already installed a pipe.
Yeah.
They used it for another purpose.
Actually, that wasn't a very fun thing because they had to move that too when they repaired the patio.
Yeah. Oops.
And drainage, people don't understand. Drainage really can cause havoc. This is a situation where obviously the downspout extension has been removed, and you can see where the water has collected here, washed the dirt away, so everything again drains towards the foundation. And so why is that an issue? Well, number one, it can cause settlement. Number two, here's an area where the water has been draining towards the foundation. We've got water in the basement. Hopefully the water all came down the outside of the foundation, but here's the electric box right there.
That's not a safety hazard at all. I'm being sarcastic, by the way.
An area where we're missing siding. Again, very easy to fix, but if it's not fixed, the water's going to go down and cause deterioration, mold, issues like that. Same with roofing. You're going to end up with leaks, mold, ceilings that need repair. And if it's a textured ceiling, you not only have to repair that little leak, but you've got to do the whole darn ceiling because it's not going to match.
Right. And for people that don't understand, and I'm really surprised, but when it comes to roofs, call your insurance company, because that's probably, it's blown up, so it's very possible that happened from a storm. They don't always replace it depending on the age, but that's what you pay homeowners insurance for. So call them out and see if they can at least help compensate for that. Now, if they should come out and they cut you a check for a roof, put the roof on. Don't keep the money, because we see that happen too. And that is, now you can't get it covered at all. You don't have a roof. You're going to have leaks because this is what your roof looks like. So be sure and use that check for what the purpose was meant for and put the roof on.
Here's an instance where the floor is uneven. You can see in this photo that the door on one side is right at the floor. Obviously there's about a 2-inch, almost 3-inch gap into the room. This home is is above an area where water had been coming into the basement for quite a while, and
washed away.
We had a lot of foundation settlement because of that.
This is a fun one because people never seem to understand why they have to do something about it.
Again, FHA, every structure on the property has to be painted. No peeling paint anywhere.
And
so
people typically say, well, I meant to just tear that down. Well, if it's still there, it's either going to have to be painted or you need to tear it down before the appraiser gets there, because now we have to prove that you did tear it down and that you did paint it, which is also another trip charge.
And actually in this case, I didn't show a picture of the back. Most of the back is missing. So when I did the appraisal, I called both realtors and said, okay, the shed in the back, it either needs repaired and painted or removed. How do you want me to write the appraisal up? So that when I went back out to do the repair inspection, I knew what to look for. I knew in this case they tore the shed down, but something has to be done.
So what's this one?
Well, just because you can't reach the paint doesn't mean you don't have to paint it.
You don't get to stop.
The rest of the house was great. You come around the back, they couldn't reach it. The other issue is this door comes out to the roof. but there's no railing, there's nothing that,
So you get a sudden drop.
yeah. So,
I remember doing one, and there was a door, and we were looking around. We thought, well, let's just go out. Maybe it's got a deck on it. Opened the door, and it was a drop. I mean, it was a second story, and it was it was an older home, near the Potwin area. And honest to goodness, I was talking, and had I not just for a moment looked where I was stepping, I would have gone right out the door. So definitely put something over that if you're not going to get it done, but know that it's not going to pass FHA or VA. So thanks for joining us. My name's Carrie Brown, and my number is 785-213-5188. Robin, how did they get a hold of you?
Taggart and Associates, 785-273-2334.